I said I didn't want to listen to music doing this, but the problem is when I do that is listen to music. So why you won't be listening to music this time? Yeah. I'll just listen. And sometimes I get bored, even if I ever played it forever. It's still getting kind of boring because I still eventually slowly remember everything. I was like, oh yeah, and then it gets boring even if I really am still really into the game and stuff. So yeah.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose, incomprehensible to us,
and that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move of a pawn on some cosmic chessboard, limited in scope, subject to the whims of unseen players,
existing only for their entertainment.
Or perhaps we're just a twisted
reflection
of actual events that can happen elsewhere. Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
Dude, what?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
So I guess when something happens, I just pause my music. I guess then for yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna talk to her still, so I'll pause it again for her to see what she says and stuff. She's just smoking hot.
You should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Yeah. Okay.
You could do anything you want.
Damn.
You can use my...
Let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more, but I guess that was too much to ask.
Jesus Christ. I forgot how straight up forward she is in this game. I don't think in the first game they are like that in the first one. This is much more like, bam, there it is. Wow. That get heavy.
Are you getting it yet, genius?
Happy people. Shut. That's what I put. Yeah, this guy's gonna take one shot up close. people, shiny happy people.
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good.
Wouldn't it be ex-wife
Did you
by now?
know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know. I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it.
Well, for 2 seconds, probably.
And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth.
Probably 3
And
seconds
then,
in.
I'll do it.
Probably 4 seconds in, probably. It won't very last long
It's
as it
gonna be
lasts as you.
sweet. My darling wife.
You go there and she immediately knows that you're not the real one. Oh, come on. Come on, game. Let's have a little bit of fun. So the second girl was a lot of help, but then the second one and third one not so much.
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
A lot of people. And this is the assault rifle, so just leave that alone. That door doesn't work. Oh, is the thing reloaded? It is reloaded, okay. not the same code, I guess? Or is it the same code? I guess it's not the same. Okay, you gotta look at the blinking lights. So you just gotta look at that time for that. Look at the lights. So the first time was a lot of enemies, now there's just a lot of spiders. It's so weird why they have easier enemies the first time or the second time. Californication. Oh, I can see this. Ah, okay, that's what I do destroy those things too. Yeah, he does look at the enemies, like if it's just one behind you, he does look like towards it and stuff. Now since I went all the way around last time, can I just go this way? Back, like why would I not be able to go there, right? Was it there last time? I don't think I was there last time. I guess that's why I can't go this way, because it's blocked off. Okay. So now I know. That's why I can't, because it's blocked off. I had to go the other way around. Again, it's still not that hard.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
I don't know, maybe I try out the arcade one, because I don't really remember trying to arcade out, but maybe I did. Don't really remember if I did or not. Okay, so stun grenade, the flash grenade doesn't work too. Oh god. This one? I'm not sure you even have a health bar. It should be like if you hit 3 times in a way you die. That's how it is in the game. So can I help the girl? I'm gonna go back and see what happens if I can talk to her and see if anything happens, because I don't know if I ever tried it before. I know there's an achievement for doing so, but I still want to see what happens. Maybe I already got that achievement already or something. But since I'm doing it, I just want to check it out, because there might be more dialogue. Where's the line at? I don't remember exactly where it's at. Oh, here it is.
It's you.
I guess you're back to normal again?
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be normal, but thanks. I know you didn't have to come back for me like this.
I couldn't just leave you like that. I'm sorry about the whole thing.
Not your fault. At least I'm not Little Miss Whoreslut anymore. Ugh, that's just... Hey, thanks for not, you know, taking advantage.
No problem.
She's lucky that was him, not me.
You don't seem too weirded out even though this is happening again.
Honestly, that pales in comparison with having that thing inside my head. I mean, it's crazy, but
I understand. I can really mess you up.
this is weird. I think what he did left something. I can feel that things are different. I just know that time's acting wrong. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I can sense it.
I'm not surprised. A close encounter with these forces, it stays with you. Changes the way you see things. Some people can't deal with that. They just lose it.
Well, it's early yet. I'm not ruling anything out.
I'm gonna go make my way into the projector booth.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? About the situation, I mean?
No, it's a trap for me. I'm gonna have to go deal with it.
Uh-huh. And you got a plan, is that it?
I think I have a chance. Yeah.
So kind of crazy that part of the thing you see and that thing is right there. Kind of crazy. Not like it matters, but it's ticking anyways. That goddamn car. Flashing lights at me. I'm trying to see what you gotta say. Yeah. Hey-ya!
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing. But maybe it's enough.
Wait, there's 4 things now? Now there's this one. Oops. So late at night. Late at night would be time, I would imagine, so 9 p.m. is not that late. I guess that means that's right, late at night. Because it made a sound. Then the summer was almost over. So sunlight was almost over, so it means we gotta mess with this one because it's about summertime. Then there was a film, something, poster, something. So poster gotta be this, so and then the last one is it'll be this one, a spotlight, something red lights. So not red lights. Yeah. Oh, fire extinguisher. So I gotta do it all over again probably, I think now. I'm not really sure.
Not enough.
It's not enough!
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
It was like this one just stands still. It's like, oh, whatever.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures.
I wonder if this is what the arcade is. Arcade is just you keep just playing the main game.
Each
over and over
time
and
he
over.
gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Is that supposed to be the thing outside? Or like the thing that talks to you? Or is that supposed to be the... What's that? It must be like a spaceship or a astronaut guy that talks to you. And then whether that's supposed to be him? Or is that supposed to be the lighthouse later? Or not the lighthouse, but I can't think of it. I can't think of the thing. That's still there close, but I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, I can't think of it. Oh.
Holy shit. What are you, the King Hillbilly?
That's the wrong item equipment. Oh fuck. Hillbillies. Okay, that's different. So one is this is what the arcade is, and you just keep playing over and over, and every time you play it gets harder and harder and harder, I guess. It kind of makes sense, or is it like you just in this one like small room and you guys survive as long as possible as waves enemies show up?
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Huh? So you want me to turn it, then battery, and then okay. So it's pretty the same thing still. No, don't need any of this stuff. Oh, don't need to put a battery in. Put a battery in. Huh. Interesting.
Stop. Saving Emma.
To me, that's one of the weird songs that doesn't feel like pretty that takes like feel like it needs to be in there, but it doesn't feel like it's hard. I can't think of it really like. Fucking butter the rail in this bitch.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Well, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough.
Sure, just come with me. Like, that's all I gotta do is come with me.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off.
Mm-hmm. Herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Sure. Okay. I guess I could use a nail gun since if it's there, I guess I use it one out. I haven't used it yet, so I might use it now. So, saving by something, a fuse box. Where's the fuse box? Is it inside here or is it out there? It's out there. A great car. I'm not sure what's the point of fixing it.
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not going to keep him around, that's for sure.
Why?
Al? Ugh, little parasite.
Oh.
Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do.
Well, you become famous, it's
like
hard
the
to
guy.
become friends.
He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that?
I guess the people you see, it's this in the other reality, I guess, so it's not really what's going on, I guess.
I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they understand. So everything else you see on the radio and stuff is just what happened if Alan Wake would Barry would go and work for the old people who know a tire rock band that's not in a tire anymore, and then whatever her name is will move on to someone else, I guess, or something, or she dies or something. Who knows what she does, but I guess that's what happens. Other people, I guess, will have better lives, I guess, or something. I guess.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Arts Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. It's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
There we go. Sorry for the loss. Some heavy shit.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured.
Did I do that?
Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
Well, now
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world.
he's like your dark evil self of how what Alan Wake needed to make books. So that's where he probably came from. He needed to write books, so he made this evil side of himself to do so, is my guess, since I don't really remember.
Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Just keep the lights on, your ass in the air. I didn't say that out loud today. Yeah, probably, yeah. Not like I'm like only watching this anyways. I don't know why I always come in here, but I always do just to see if there's anything here. I guess there's. Well, I guess every time you do this, another page is supposed to be there, since there's not a lot of rooms you can go into. So I imagine every time you go there, it's supposed to be a new page.
fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
Into this. Again, I don't know why she can't just go with you. It seemed like the giant, whatever thing, mountainside.
Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
I guess she was talking to that thing. Or talking out of that thing. Well, that's obvious not. I don't want them to bother me. They don't want to try to listen to this radio station trying to make sure they want to see who try to attack me. I don't think no one's going to show up this time.
Thanks for tuning in for the second part of our interview with Serena Valdivia and award-winning photographer Alice Wake. Now, Alice, we were talking about your husband, Alan Wake. Is that a sore subject for you?
Well, a little bit. Of course it is. The way I see it, we had our good times and our bad times, and on the whole, we had a lot of good times. He really made me happy. I don't mind being reminded of him.
So you're over him?
I don't know if I'll ever be that, entirely. I still think about him every day. Literally. I still find myself hoping for... Well, sometimes I think I see him just standing somewhere, watching me. I think most people who lose someone they love experience things like that. But on the whole, I'm doing all right. 2 years is a long time to adjust, and I'm not really the type to wallow in the negative.
Well, I know there are a lot of stories about Alan. He seemed to have something of a wild streak.
That's not really what our show is about, though. Look, all that stuff really gets blown out of proportion. He had his problems, but it's really frustrating for me because people like to talk. They love to tell these crazy stories, and they never really knew him at all.
Well, the character he created, Alex Casey, is a household name. The books still continue to sell. There's been talk of a TV series, a movie, a video game. Must be nice to know that his work is still being appreciated by so many readers.
Yes, of course, but I don't really deal with the business side. I leave that to Alan's agent.
That would be Barry Wheeler? Actually, I just interviewed him. He's currently in the music business.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alan's best friend. Do you two keep in touch?
We talk regularly. Like I said, he handles the business side. I think we should talk about her film.
Yes, of course, you're right. I'm Eddie Rodman, talking to Alice Wake and Serena Valdivia, and we'll be right back.
I mean, like, is there, like, any books that he was going to, publish that he didn't have time to, or stuff like that? I mean, that's the kind of question I'd be asking them and stuff. this is was this. Oh my god! I gotta turn around. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Jesus Christ! How many people are there?
To look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Why does it make like a door open and sound like you open a little car door or something? He's like, oh god, that hurts too much. God. I try like shit. Couldn't do nothing about that. I dodged it, but I dodged it way too soon. You gotta do like in Fluxes. You can't dodge too soon, or you get hit by the hammer. but interesting. That's everybody.
Come on in.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. Stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down.
You killed him.
I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
It's like a pretty much a huge like weakness because you just kill everything.
We need to protect the telescope, or we can't complete the signal.
I try and get away from them, but I'm like, forget the button to do things sometimes.
Giles! You need to protect the telescope or we can't keep the signal.
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Like, is that great song plays? I just think some of the original, the other Alan Wake games songs are pretty, I think is better. Some of them.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but...
The signal! Yes, it's completed.
Finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again. No more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now.
I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, you're just going back into Alan Wake's mind as being the smart one, probably.
Doctor, enthusiastic about this? I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
Especially for the government. They don't need to know something like this.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
But it seems I might be able to finish this game this time. Depends how long this takes. This is about 62 minutes, so that's not that bad. Depends how much stuff I gotta do to do the final
Once
fight.
more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Oh, we just straight up go here. Wow. That's different. I believe this is supposed to be Barry's car. I don't remember. I guess I can't go backwards for now because I don't see how she's doing and stuff. See if there's a thing, but there might be dialogue about it later maybe if I can go there. So it looks like I go here first. Okay, that's a big difference.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
I'm pressing wrong buttons. I'm pressing a lot of the wrong buttons. Holy shit. I was meant to push the, like, jump the grenade, not dodge, like twice. Killed 5 enemies with the whole clip. It's pretty good. I think this weapon's not that bad. Is that there in the middle? I don't remember that being there in the middle. I tried to just like push out of the way or something. I guess this time it's in the push. Oh shit. I thought that was in the middle. I didn't nothing happen here. Oh fuck. How did he get behind me? Boy, oh boy. Pretty sure you didn't meant to do this, but again, they should have tested out. I guess you can just go. I guess you can just go that way. I guess. Oh, okay. I'll make sure open the door for me. Okay.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Psycho. The gun's pretty good, but I'd like to switch it if I can right here. I don't know what's in here. Let's see. Is the sword? This has to be from the pistol. That's fine. There's a sign over here somewhere I was missed. Go there, see if there's... I think I can't go up this way.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
I'll send you right back to the beginning, buddy. Nothing's actually over here. Okay.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
Take a picture. The day we shall take a picture. Maybe after I listen to the TV after I do these there's no good things. I'll listen to the TV, see what they say. fine, let's go to the TV and see what I gotta say for this last time.
I've been around for a while now, you know? While you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness, I've been busy. I operate in the shadows, not always literally, you understand? I'm a little more resilient than those I've taken, but I do my best work in the dark.
He's like Batman.
And there's so much darkness out there. It goes deep. And the things that live in it are vast, big bastards.
He's like
I
a
don't mind getting a little bit
person.
of elbow room.
Or a gothic person that's sad all the time.
All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there. It's like pouring a glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact. All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper.
Party pooper. He should have
You're
been the
stuck in an
Joker.
eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Get into quality time with Alice. That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
Oh, the truth finally came out. That's what he's been waiting for. Not anybody else, but just that. So he finally told us his weakness. That's great. I wonder if there's anything over there. Over there. I wonder if I can actually get over there. Because well, it depends. I'm not sure how this fight goes. I'm not sure if I use flashlight to blind them and stuff, or is it just a cutscene? That's it. I don't even remember. Oh, that's a different case right here. Just that. Oh, this is where the crossbow's at. And are we ready with the crossbow? I don't know if it's... So this is a shack. I can't go in. Well, I guess not a shack. It's more like a survival thing, but I can't actually go inside. I was hoping like maybe there's like a box. And you go and you can open the box. I guess instead of a box, it's just on the tree itself. Oh, this is a shack. That's not like everything. Oh my god. I don't think the enemies will show it here. But maybe to show like how powerful it is like that. Oh, you asshole. Butthole. I guess it's a side pass, so I guess that's why they show up. Imagine, I wonder if that only shows up because you get all the manuscripts, or is that just there no matter what? Because imagine there's gotta be an item that's like the strongest weapon in the game, so imagine this maybe it's the strongest weapon, I don't know. Because maybe it's not there in the box until you like... That's pretty fuck was that? Let's see if she's even in here, or if she's okay or anything like that. Any more dialogue? Oh, she is in here. Oh, shuttle. I guess there's all the supplies I can get. Oh my god, what the hell is that?
Oh, hey.
I'm hoping I can put an end to this now.
You'd better. I really don't want that to happen to me again. It's like somebody vomited in my brain, like a sleazy movie that keeps looping in my head.
I'll stop this, I swear.
You know the part that's really screwed up? If you mess it up, it'll just keep happening forever, right? I don't think I can deal with that.
Don't think about that.
I don't think of anything but.
Hey, afterwards, when all this is done, look it up. This thing, I can deal with it.
I don't know. It's almost not even in the anymore. Just now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that'll pass with time, but being touched by the darkness, rough on. It's a lot to process. Don't want to completely with this.
Might be a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah. Agrees. At least you're not at a point where you go around picking fights with people over not changing their light bulbs often enough.
What?
Never mind. What I'm saying is, you're not alone with this. And anyway, you're friends with Alice. You know, any others.
Thank you.
Never mind. Don't even go there.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the third part of our pre-recorded interview with Serena Valdivia and renowned photographer Alice Wake. So, tell me about the film.
It's called Sunrise, and it really wasn't something I ever thought of as an actual film. It was just footage, things I saw and happened to shoot. It's not a medium I'm very much at home with.
You shouldn't put yourself down. You've got a great eye.
Maybe, but experience is another thing.
Because you're primarily a still photographer.
Yes, exactly. So I'm really used to thinking of the world in terms of snapshots. I frame something and try to pick the right moment, and then reveal that moment to people. Moving images are a different story. I'm still learning a lot about it, to be honest.
So, this is a new thing for you?
Or maybe I'm just a slow learner. But showing it like this is definitely a new step for me. It's a little weird taking something this intimate and showing it to everybody. Not that the material itself is somehow shocking. It's just that those were private moments.
But that's why it works, because it feels genuine. It's not so much a story as it is a sort of an echo, showing us how you saw your husband at the time. It's not really about the sunrise itself or Alan watching it. It's about you two together.
I suppose.
Oh.
It's funny, looking at it now, especially now that it's been edited like that. It takes on a life of its own, almost. It's a kind of a fantasy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you're right. I'm glad you talked me into it.
I don't know, I think they show like bits and pieces of it somewhere, but I don't remember if they did the real thing. Oh, got an email. Yeah, let's see what it is. I'm sorry if this time I get any bots to comment on my YouTube channel or YouTube when I just posted. Kind of surprising because the last few videos got at least 1 to 2, like up to 2 comments on it. Again, may or may not be bots, I don't know. But there's been connections, I've actually been getting comments on it. It's been nice, I like it. I think that's everything to look at. I think there's like one. I think each place have one TV and one.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality
Final
is
trap.
almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
So the night, it was late that night. So let's do that. late at night. Okay, summer is almost over with, so let's do that. The film thing. Spotlight. See, I never knew I was doing it right until, you know, the shiny thing pops up. Allison's film was in the projector. Hopefully that was it, because I don't know which one it would be.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No!
Of course, it doesn't make no sense because it just... How can something like that actually does anything, really?
All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my life.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
You look like that one guy.
I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream, a memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Far away from Night Springs? So he's not in Night Springs, then is what he's saying. Here in Night Springs. Because I imagine since, you know, if you, the guy is your real Alan Wake. voice actor is guy on the screen is two different people, I think, because I think that's it. I'm pretty sure it's two different names. What does it written by Wake? Again, is that a person? Because it didn't say Alan Wake as voice actor or Alan Wake as a person. It's a bit confusing. Is Alan Wake? I guess Alan Wake is his film, his book name, so. Three names. That's a really weird ending right there. The whole that guy waking up and stuff on TV. That's really weird. So like I said, since we did that, I will now look at the collectibles. I already looked at the weapons, of course. Wasn't that many. The only one I didn't really find was I don't really remember ever finding the revolver. And what else? Was there anything else I didn't have? I kind of saw that a couple of times, but never actually picked it up. And yeah, I think that's the only weapon I didn't find was the revolver for some reason. Because I don't think you get a normal handgun in the first game. I think you start with the revolver only, I think. The pistol was new, that's for sure, I think. Again, the colors doesn't make much sense to me. It's like what's supposed to be better because it's like I don't know. So videos and stuff. I guess I looked at that stuff too, and I think I wish it said like, you know, like interview 1, interview 2, interview 3, and then Sunlight.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the third part of our pre-recorded interview with Serena Valdi.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, so Sunlight or what is the third one? Okay. I wonder if I should keep this as its own separate thing because of the music. The music might mess it up, but I guess I should leave it as one video. I guess it's only been 93 minutes. I imagine it's gonna take like 10 minutes to do this.
My name is Alan Wake, and I'm a writer. I didn't become one overnight. Like most writers, I struggled with it. A short story here, an article there. Then I got lucky and spent a year as a staff writer on the Night Springs TV show. It wasn't the great American novel of my fantasies, but it taught me discipline and craft, and the difference between wanting to be a writer and actually writing.
Okay.
Mr. is a twisted copy of me, powerful and dangerous. But I know I can fight him. I don't think anybody else can. They don't understand what he is, what he represents, or that all the horrible things he does here are almost insignificant compared to what he will unleash on Earth given the chance. But I've survived the dark place, and it has taught me things. How to cope, how to stay sane when the world goes crazy. He's 2 steps ahead of me, but I can find him. And I believe I can stop him.
I wish there's a button to like go to the next page instead.
Take for granted is softer, more adaptable than we think. Under correct conditions, you can reshape it, turn it into almost anything you want. When it happens, almost nobody notices. It's not that we forget, it's that after the change, there's nothing to remember. Only those who have been directly touched by the powers that can shift reality are aware of the changes. Many are driven mad by it. Others can cope. I'm one of those people, and I know how to wield that power to rewrite reality. To change reality, you nudge it into the right direction. Your version of it is there, waiting. It wants to come true. All you need to do is help it achieve its potential. The devil is in the details. You change the details of the scene to match those on the page. If you get the details right, if you achieve that critical mass, the shift will come, and the rest of your new reality overrides the existing paradigm. The lie, no matter how outrageous, is now the truth. Some of the Taken aren't protected by the darkness like their comrades. Instead, their aversion to light is so extreme that they literally split into two when they encounter strong light. It leaves the two halves weaker, but of course, there's strength in numbers. It's a disturbing development. The dark presence I faced 2 years ago was powerful, but it didn't have much in the way of imagination. Clearly, the same cannot be said of Mr.
I don't know why they did that.
The strands of webbing glistened in the beam of my flashlight, fine, almost ethereal. They were fresh and right in my path. I held my breath and waited, ears straining. Nothing. I moved on, concentrating on the task at hand. Just get what I was looking for, then leave. That's all I keep telling myself. For a moment, I actually thought it might be as simple as that. Then, I heard too many legs skittering across the ground. My own face peered back at me from the TV screen. For a moment, I struggled with the sensation of déjà vu. How many times have I seen myself like this now? And then there was that easy grin that never seemed quite as quick or natural on my own lips. The dark, malicious twinkle in the eyes. And I knew who I was looking at. As he pulled back and revealed the room behind him, my throat went dry. There was nothing I could do but watch. At the oil derrick, the wheel had been jammed in place and turned until the oil gurgled and flowed thick and flammable. The warning lights were blinking in a fast rhythm, bright and steady, powered by the battery. The Kasabian CD was playing in the boombox, all distorted guitars and intense beat. High above, some piece of orbital junk or another collided with the satellite, knocking it radically off course. Trailing debris, it screamed down from the skies at an impossibly steep angle. All that high-tech engineering reduced to nothing more than a bullet that would destroy whatever it hit.
What was that weird first part feel? The first part felt like it sounded like a different person reading it.
I'm trapped in the darkness. He has started appearing to me. Mr. He can travel back into the world effortlessly, and he loves to rub my face in it. At first, he was just an echo in the darkness, a flicker beyond the edge of my vision. Now he started showing himself, getting bolder all the time, telling me what a great time he's having in the world while I'm stuck here, and what he plans to do, especially to Alice. All the moves are dangerous and desperate. I have no choice. I have to hunt him.
I'm confused. So he's in the real world, and he's like in this dark world to try to make sure he doesn't leave. It doesn't make much sense. Like, if he already left, why does he keep going back to make sure? Like, just leave and just stay in the real world.
I know that when I arrive, the clarity of vision I have now may disappear. I've made my plans. I've prepared for this, but I know the transition from the dark place will be hard on me. And not just physically. It may affect my mind, my memory. These pages should help me remember and focus. That's worked for me before. Even if that fails, I think I will be able to trust my instincts. I'm navigating my own story. I'm hoping I'll know where to go and what to do, even if the details elude me.
Elude you?
I don't make friends easily. I know plenty of people, but I don't let most of them close. I've known Barry Wheeler ever since we were little boys. We had the time of our lives. I'd get us in trouble, and he'd talk us out of it. Things haven't changed that much now that we're grown-ups. He's the most loyal and dependable person I'd ever met, and all the things that count anyway. You could call him a weasel, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. You could call him a clown, and I would reluctantly agree. But he has never let me down.
Yeah, you became friends before you became famous and rich. When you become rich and famous and stuff, it's very hard to get real friends because they're just there because you have like a mansion and stuff. So that's why if you ever do become famous, your friends early before, because they will stick by your side even before you not become famous or wealthy and stuff.
wife and my best friend are easily the two most important people in my life, and they've never really gotten along with each other. I suppose both of them resent the other's intrusions into what they consider their domain. After I was gone, they maintained my book stayed in print, still selling, the licensing machine churned away. She was my wife and controlled the intellectual property. He was my agent and took care of the business. I wish they found more common ground than that.
Really? You want to find more common ground? Things can go haywire, if you know what I'm talking about.
Night Springs doesn't exist. It's a fictional town from the TV show I used to work on. It was Anyplace USA, a place we used as a backdrop for whatever strange story we had that week. One of the stories I wrote for the show involved a man, the champion of light, fighting his evil double, the Herald of Darkness. It was something I'd written back in the real world, something I had a link to, a framework I could build on. I had adapted it into a new story. This story.
This story. So does that count if you take that as a make your own book out of it? Is it like, sure you made it, but you made it for a different thing.
Now Night Springs is in Arizona, although not for long. It's in Arizona because whatever the town that has become Night Springs is really called is located near one of the thin, worn places in the world where dreams and reality flow together and life is always a little strange. Perfect analogy for Night Springs. I can't return to the real world. I've tried, but I'm operating on dream logic, forcing the door open a crack so I can slip through. I can enter the strange little town of Night Springs. All I did was put it in Arizona for one night.
Right. Sure, buddy. Sure. I might have to save second, third chapter for another episode.
Now Night Springs is in Arizona.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I just did. Okay.
In Bright Falls, I was constantly under attack by birds that were more shadow than flesh and feathers. But this is an evolution. Some of the Taken were actually capable of turning into a flock of birds to escape my attacks and turning back into human form to make surprise attacks.
That was hot.
With all the herbs, crystals, and the rest of her New Age paraphernalia, Emma Sloan had been called a hippie and a freak and worse. It was that small-town mentality. She was a female mechanic, and even in 2011, there were always going to be backward shit-kickers who thought that was a hoot. She didn't mind. She could deal. She could take any engine apart, even the new ones with all the computers in them. Turned out that these boys were awful polite while waiting for her to put them back together. Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know this to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike. The Anderson brothers should probably have been in a facility somewhere, despite their tendency to escape from places. It could be argued that they had no business being on tour, considering their condition. Their lives mostly revolved around the laundry list of ailments and their endless quest for liquor. But Barry Wheeler managed them now. And whatever else they might say about Barry, he knew how to make things happen. And honestly, it wasn't like the Andersons were the most difficult clients he ever had.
Talking about himself, that's nice.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
It's gonna be a hit.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly. Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
That one feels like out of place. That was weird. See, that's what I was like. Oh, like all the rest feels like it fell into the right place, but now this would feel like this one should have been pretty much closer to the top. That would feel out of place. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Let's see. This one has 16. That's 16. So 20. So I went to 130 minutes to 100 and sorry, I said that wrong. 93 minutes to 107 minutes. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10. It took 14 minutes. 14 minutes for, I think that's about 14 minutes for 21 things. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I think I'm going to save the rest for next. What I'm going to do is download. I might play something else, or I might download. Well, for sure I'm going to download Alan Wake, the other Alan Wake game. I'm not sure what it's called. This one we call it Alan Wake. The first one, the one that takes place before this one, of course. That's the one I'm talking about. And then I'm going to listen to the rest of these two. And then when that gets done, if I decided to try out the arcade mode, I will start playing Alan Wake. Probably on easy or something. I don't know. Achievements on that too. But I'll just about achievements to continue doing what I'm doing here. Playing games not for achievements, just play games I enjoy playing. I've played a long time ago, way before I did Mixer, pretty much, and I want to just play games on Mixer and just post them to YouTube for much longer videos that I could have done years ago and stuff. So many videos. Is videos by like things that's all like cutscenes or something? Or are these like episodes?
Becomes hopelessly blurred, and nowhere as vividly as in Night Springs.
The man before you is a champion of light. He is part of a conflict between darkness and light that is both ancient and eternal. He's chasing a dangerous quest, the Herald of Darkness. His evil doppelganger only is Mr. Scratch.
Fucking face.
I'll catch you eventually!
Maybe. But what are you gonna do then? By then, I'll have had my hands on everything you love.
I don't remember the very beginning of the hotel. I don't remember that part. Since I just played it like a year or something like that.
Something happened to you. Bad. It's not gonna do any good.
Is this just normal, like, cutscenes in the game? Different. I don't understand, why would they call it something new if it's the same
Oh, come
thing?
on, buddy. Why don't you...
Okay, there's that. What's this system?
No?
What is it? And then this is just credits, I guess. And then the radio shows. Okay. You suck, Eddie. I must have. Wonder if that's the one I missed last time. Okay, yeah, so let me for this for now. Well, let's check out. Okay, so there's a lot of there's a lot of different things for arcades. A little picture of a fire or something. You need to earn more stars to unlock this area. Okay, so then you need to more stars to unlock this nightmare area. Okay, so it's so it's the normal ones, and then yes, there's the normal one, then I guess I can see what this is, I guess. For I know what, if I really want to do this next time or not. Fight until dawn. Now, welcome to arcade mode. Your object is to survive until sunset, I guess, and get the highest possible score. So it's kind of like mercenaries mode in Resident Evil games. You are rewarded points for destroying Taken. Your score multipliers when you're destroying enemies or something. Successful dodges. Enemies will reset the multiples to 0. Your weapon chest in arcade mode can be unlocked by finding manuscript pages in the story mode. So that's why I guess you need to make sure you get all the manuscripts in the story mode.
His hands deal illumination and lead in equal amounts. Both will be needed on this dark hour.
So you gotta survive 10 minutes, and this is like, I don't think this is in the main game, so these are like different, I guess these are things that was going to be put in the game, but then they decided to maybe put it in something else, maybe? Oh, that's the play. I thought I had my pistol out. I didn't. No, I have my pistol out. I don't like that weird monkey sound or something like that. Okay, so it's like, okay, yeah, so it's just almost like there's waves and stuff. It's not like they give you actually a break and I wonder if this is the one that when you gotta like push X or something to reload faster, or is that just not actually in the game? Again, this is what they should do, kind of like for Billy. Billy should have his own game where he's like in direct, in the Arclave Mountains, and he's supposed to do something like this, where he's supposed to survive as long as he can until daytime, or try to escape the forest and stuff. To be kind of like this, he's in like a big place control thing, or maybe like into story mode, almost like. But I think you want to do each your own manufacture because you get more points. Oh god, the hell was that? But so far, this feels a lot more easy than Okay, sorry about that. My music is... Oh, come on. Come on. That's all my ammo. About this one. Street. Well, it's a sniper rifle, so it makes sense I can shoot from far away. Or hit people from far away. This place is quite big. I get pretty fun so far. No, I was doing that. Like times 6 or something like that. Probably a lot of points out of that. I guess maybe next time I do the pages, I will do more of this maybe. Just about the 6 or 11 seconds.
You are victorious.
That's kind of cool.
The Taken have fallen before the thunder of your guns.
I'm trying to kill many as I thought I had enough time to get to the light and turn around and shoot them, but I did not. I got, I guess, 4 skulls. Is this good? Or I almost got 3 stars, but I don't know. Apparently my highest multiple kill was 4. I guess that doesn't count as whatever the other thing was. I think that was something I got 6. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good for now. That's 126 minutes. That's longer than I thought it was gonna be. Shit, 10 minutes. A badge is not that bad. Anyways, catch you guys next time. What I'll be doing is listen to the next 2 major troop things. I might play more of the arcade mode. That's kind of fun. And then after that, I might play the other Alan Wake game, or I might just save that for next time because I have manuscripts and I have arcade mode. And so a lot of decent since the first one was good. So I imagine other ones are pretty good too. So I might try that instead. Once each maybe if I can get unlock the next one. Because by itself, I think the arcade one by itself, they have like 5 or 6 achievements. I don't know if they're hard to get. I only looked at it for a few seconds. Because I think there's like a total of like 12 achievements. I think 6 of them is like story missions. I think 6 of them is arcade. So there's as much story achievements as there is key missions. I think if I go to achievements, it's gonna pause the core magazine check. Yeah, so I was right about that. There's 6 achievements. I got the 6 for the story mode, and I've none of them for the arcade mode. And since I played arcade, it's pretty. I like it. So yeah, so I'll probably be doing that next time with the manuscripts pages. And I think that's about it. So I'll catch you guys later and catch you guys next time on Alan Wake's American Nightmare